kind of forget exactly where we left off.
Party time, basically.
It's like mid-party. I think I just talked this one
Wait,
guy's
there
ear
was some
off.
carousing, wasn't there?
We made it into the party. We talked to the druid brother and gave him the tree. Rich decided to sneak into the bedroom to get a look out the window.
You almost sound disappointed by that.
There was a
I
whole lot
was
of
very
carousing.
disappointed.
It's a significant amount of carousing. Then we made it to the party, and then Rich did his thing where he looked around, and then Adriel talked to that one guy who spoke Elven. But I think that was it at the party.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
We
haven't
were just about to talk to the brother. Or
you
like he
haven't
just
talked to
greeted
the
us.
druid yet.
I thought we did talk to the druid.
You,
Didn't we give him the tree?
We just met him at the end.
With him at the end of last session, but you didn't really get into a conversation. We were getting late, and I figured that was probably a decent time to stop.
Yes. Okay.
Good God, this is horrendous wine. All right. So yes, last time we did leave off. You guys were about to talk to the good Count Thulin, who is currently in his greenhouse, tending to his totally awakened shrubs. So he is there. Igeron is with you guys. He will introduce himself to the Count in Giant and exchange what sound like pleasantries with him. You hear you guys' names in there as well. It sounds like he's introducing you by name, at least, to the Count.
I'm to do a quick curtsy and an Dupar to when she hears her own.
Eventually, Thulin tires of talking to Igeron, though, and kind of waves him off. Igeron gives a quick bow to the Count and heads out to talk with more people in the party, in the wider party. The Count turns to you all and says, "So, I hear you wanted to talk to my sister."
That's correct, yes.
You got any particular reason for doing that? There have been a lot of people looking to talk to her lately. I wouldn't want to waste her time if I were you.
We were hoping perhaps to do a trade of sorts.
What kind of trade might that be? He leans in closer to you. Thulin, unlike the other giants, does not wear a mask. You can see his face directly, by the way.
We heard that the Countess might be in possession of a conch of sorts that may assist us in getting to where we need to go.
He raises his eyebrows. He wants her conch. That's interesting and straightforward of you, at least. Last couple of bunches have been talking around it more.
There have been others. She arches the brow behind the mask.
Couple other adventurers. Couple groups of them. They've been coming around with stories of buried dragon trying to get her conch in exchange for it.
Have they now? I like to think we're a bit above the cut of their jib.
Why do you want this conch?
We simply have some business with the storm giants we need to deal with.
Business of what kind? I'm curious.
We're not sure we should really say too much, but we worry about the future of the Storm Giant Court and the impact that has on the rest of the world.
We're hoping to at least speak to them, as we may speak with the Countess, potentially. But a conch would be the only way of getting there.
Right. You're looking for peace? Or for war?
Of course.
Make a persuasion check.
Yeah, I'll jump in on that. Anyone aiding me?
Persuade.
So I need to update my thing real quick. It's going slow.
Alright.
Come on. Roll 20.
Isn't it fun to have roll 20 lag like a bitch?
Almost there. It's better.
Oh, damn.
A saving throw.
He doesn't
Not
have
like
any,
insight?
he doesn't have skills listed on his sheet, so he gets a wisdom save. He's listed as having proficiency in insight, but there's no skills on his sheet. So it is.
To be fair, we are telling the truth.
Yeah, we're not
Or
lying to
telling
him.
the truth. He can definitely see that, and you make a very convincing argument to him. All right. I believe you. I do. How are you, I'll put in a word to Sansori for you, but I doubt she'll listen. We've had enough adventurers coming by that she's gotten very stubborn.
Well, we do appreciate the help. And
How were you planning on talking to her?
like I said, we were hoping to at least barter in a sense. Possibly a bit better than the same old information as the others. Because we may have something she wants.
Like what? He kind of furrows his brow, looking at you curiously.
I'm just continue smirking from behind her mask, which has like this very similar expression on it. Well, we certainly probably can't say any more about that trove of dragon information that the others have given, but you can potentially give this name to her. And she like leans forward a bit and up towards him. Vonendad.
He arches an eyebrow. The dragon treasure. East of here, in the desert, northern part of the desert, towards Adbar. Round thereabouts.
We've heard of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what they told us too. Vonendad, though. Interesting. I thought it was destroyed millennia ago.
What have you heard of what the fire giants have been up to?
They're trying to forge some replica of it, last I'd heard.
Trying isn't a strong enough word.
There's a reason why they needed to make a replica.
Well, she may go for that. My sister has, she does not trust little people. Nor do I, to be fair. Except those I can see for myself. But go down. Speak to her when you have the time. I will speak to her as well. The Castellan will find you when she is ready.
That is most appreciated, my lord.
Until then, mingle. Meet people. They may well be able to help you.
Of course. Speaking of help, I wasn't sure if you'd perhaps would like some more help around here. And she kind of gestures to the tree that they brought with them. Potential gift from our friend.
You brought me another one. She's beautiful. We never get pines up here. It's much appreciated. They just, for whatever reason, the castles don't do well with them.
Perhaps she'll thrive better under your guidance.
Yes, perhaps. Well, I should go speak to my sister, I suppose. You all enjoy the party.
Thank you for everything.
Most deepest thanks, my lord.
No problem. Now, go find Igeron. I told him to go off and reconnect with our people.
Done and done.
The Count wanders out of his greenhouse and heads towards the lower levels of the castle.
Well then, shall we back to the party?
Indeed.
That seemed to go better than I expected. I think we'll at least be in for a talk.
Hopefully she will be intrigued enough with what we can give her.
Oh, we've at least stepped up from the others that have come through here, which I wonder who they are.
Well, we knew that we didn't have anything special to offer with the dragon. Or the dragon horde. Though I do wonder
What?
who they are. The ones we dealt with before?
Thinks his expression falls a bit under behind her mask. I hope not.
The Alliance has a lot of operatives, but I don't know how many they have working on this problem.
Yes, I just assumed that Lord Naboon would have told us.
Why would you assume that?
Because he wanted to give us the same information and expect us to do any better.
Can't see the flat look Adriel is giving you under her mask.
But even without his help, I think we did quite well. We'll see how it goes.
I do believe we have the best shot of convincing the Countess to assist us.
I would certainly hope so. She does seem to be a widower, so this may be your realm, Richard. With a chuckle.
I mean, I've never had occasion to work out the exact proportions on a giant, but I feel like she's big enough that she may literally be able to use you as a dildo.
Well, I wasn't gonna go there, but okay.
I was gonna say they have enlarging magic.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna
I'll
say.
There's enough cross species that there's got to be a way this works.
Well, seriously, where else do Goliaths come from?
I've never asked that question.
Just looking up enlarge though, you can't upcast it. It's annoying me.
Party.
Yeah, go back out into the party.
Alright. So, you can find Igeron in the north garden, near the enormous pumpkin patch. He's chatting with a pair of other cloud giants. One of them is your friend from earlier, Lord Geral. He is still wearing his mask. It looks a mix of curiosity and fascination as he listens to Igeron talk. The other cloud giant there you do not recognize. On seeing you, he think like boulder-sized. So yeah, probably around carriage-sized.
I mean, they need wheels, but
Yeah. They also
We
make
don't have
convenient,
anyone with polymorph anymore.
they also make convenient boulder substitutes for giants in a pinch.
noted.
Oh, you do not want to be a bad comedian.
You're not wrong. You are not wrong. Right. Igeron gestures the two of you over, or two of you, four of you. Four of you? Four of you. Over.
As Adriel just starts fighting them.
You have so many fighting styles.
I'm an extremely stylish fighter.
Oh, yeah. Irrespective of that, Igeron calls you over, introduces you to... This is Lord Geral you've already met. And next to him, we've got Lord Tinrian. He's a giant wearing a stern-looking mask. Lord Tinrian is another count. He is just below Countess Sansuri. That's his castle over there. Igeron points to another one of the castles. Nope, full count. Not all counts are equal, unfortunately.
Apparently.
Well, pleasure, Count. Quite a wonderful party this has been. Don't you think?
Tinrian grunts. It is a party. You are correct. Lord Gerald turns to the group of you, however, and looks rather delighted to see you again. Oh, it's good to see you again. Did your talk with Count Thulin go well?
It did, thank you.
Good. Good. He engages you in polite small talk about your countries, or about your cultures once more. Tinrian, does anybody want to talk to the other giant?
Inkster try as best she could. At least try and make small talk. Do like that cold reading thing and pick something that he seems to acknowledge a little bit better than others.
I mean, you can try. He mostly responds in like one word or grunts. He does it to Igeron too. It doesn't seem like it's anything personal. What do you want to start with on cold reading him, though, if you really want to?
Possibly his interests or his, what he's in, or why he, decided to join the party other than potentially count as sensory.
Money.
I can certainly understand that.
As he's speaking to you, he pulls out like a jeweler's lens and a very large ruby and starts examining it.
Quite the specimen there. You a jeweler?
Amongst other things. It behooves one to know what one is receiving. Igeron has told you of us. You should know that what worth appears to be and what it truly is are often very different things.
Yes, I know quite
You
well.
understand?
Of course.
He nods at you and goes back to examining his ruby. Another cloud giant comes over, begins speaking excitedly to Lord Tinrian, Count Tinrian. Oh, Count, these pumpkins, they've made some delicious scones with them. They're simply amazing. You must try one. Oh, Lord Igro, I did not see you there. Would you care for a scone, my lord? Don't mind if I do, Zazus. Igeron takes one of these enormous pumpkin scones, eats it for himself. Are you inciting him offering scones?
Just the fact that the way he originally talked to Igeron, like, was he kind of ignoring him, or like one of those sort of like haughty-taughty, like, oh, I didn't see you there.
Or is it a political power play?
Yeah.
It's more like, oh, I totally wasn't bringing these over here for you, Lord Igeron.
So it's a power play towards the guy under Sansori. That makes sense. So he's an ass kisser. Okay, that's good.
He's ass kissing everybody.
Inks cannot fault him for that.
Thank you. Thank you. Igron takes a scone, mouthful, turns to you all and says, How the count go? How did your chat with the count go?
After he gets a glass.
Yeah, Inks is like slightly prestidigitating, making sure that no like crumbs fall on her head.
Little parasol comes out of nowhere. No, I'll reply with something like, "It went very well. We got what we wanted from him."
Quite the charming fellow.
Good, good. He mentioned that the Countess might not be willing to trade with you. So, I've been talking to some people around here to see who might be interested in trading on your behalf, or who you might be able to talk into trading on your behalf. If the need should come to it.
Well, I certainly hope we don't have to bother anyone, but any takers?
Oh, a couple. Count Tinrian here. He motions to the grunting giant, who is currently devouring a couple of scones, has expressed interest. Zazus, the one who brought us these kind scones, also sounded interested. He's one of Tinrian's subordinates. He'll do bloody anything if you give him if you make it sound like he'll get something out of it. I'm sure you noticed. There's another giant floating around. I believe he's up another level, by the name of Sitcris. He's a bitter old fellow. He lost his castle to Sansori a while ago. He'll do anything if it sounds like it'll hurt her. There's another fellow by the name of Koftis. His family just died. He's young. He's looking for respect. He can make a deal with Sansori, like the one you're trying to make. It'll win him some reputation. There's another fellow named Vrasdus. I'll type all these names out with like brief summaries of them. Who's one of Sansori's ass kissers. He's just, if he looks like he can make a good deal with his a deal that looks good to his countess, he'll take it. There's another last one named Athor. He seems genuinely interested in just helping you out, but he's not a wealthy giant. Frankly, I'm not sure why he's here in the first place.
Interesting.
I'm afraid I'm not an expert on court politics.
Yeah, they're about the size of like a medium pizza box. Sansori doesn't want her guests gorging themselves on the fucking scones.
He's just mulling over it, gives a quiet aside to Adriel. It's an interesting bit of power play that they have going on in this court, but I'm not quite sure who would be the best in this situation. I might need a moment to think. I do hope we may be able to get in on it ourselves. She may not like little folk, but we have our own little charms, don't we?
Mm.
But it's always good to have a backer. Just looking over those, it's just kind of a talk about, is it someone... Tinrin would probably have to bribe in some way. Zazis... Inks knows a little bit about how he plays his game, but she's not sure that it would go quite well. I don't think... The thing is, Inks doesn't think peace between the giants is going to be something... We'd have to use a different aspect, because Sensory just wants to rule them all, probably.
That's peace.
Yeah.
But... Right, so a good public slogan, and then they'll play their games, and we kind of want to stay as far away from that as possible, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, we're in the middle of it, but who's bribing who, and, you know,
Yeah.
who's doing this just to fuck over someone else? I don't care.
Koftas and Vrazdis are my first thoughts.
If we can do... I mean, they'll do it if they think we're going to win or succeed at what we're doing, because then they're backing a winner, and that's always good.
But I mean, if they know we have the item, then it's still... Yeah. It's a deal. And if he can deal with Sensory, at least if Koftas can deal with Sensory, then he might get some respect in that, in bringing her something good. We definitely have something good.
Yeah. We do. Adriel would probably go with Athor, but at the same time, if so, you know, no, it won't work. She'll just go with that.
Athor seems nice, but nice doesn't quite work against... A do-gooder doesn't quite work against Sensory, Inks would think. She's not looking for a do-gooder, especially a low-ranking one.
Rich, Ox, what do you guys think?
So, I think Adriel's idea is possibly good, but I don't know if we can actually, like, convince the Giants as a whole that they all want to help us, because, you know, like we said, peace is not necessarily what they're looking for. If we want to go for a specific one, I think Vrazdis might be the best. We just need to convince her that, or him, I don't know.
Him. Sorry.
Him. We just need to convince him that the phone and dot stuff and whatever else we've got is worthwhile, and then hopefully he can convince Sensory.
It depends on the definition of toady.
Yeah, like what does Sensory think of Vrazdis? Do we know that?
He is okay to her. He's like middling favor among her courtiers. He's
Okay.
permitted to live in her castle and like see her children. So that's something of a point in his favor.
Yeah. But I mean, like, none of the rest of them have particularly good status themselves, so he still might be the best.
Tinrian is the closest, but we'd most probably have to.
Pay out the nose, yeah.
Well, Tinry, at least, I don't think he's going to be so much interested in cash. If that makes sense, because he's already got a lot of it. So he would know that we're not going to give him enough cash to care about. So if he's going to help us, he's going to want something else.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we can find out what Tinrion wants first, and then if we don't come to an agreement, we go with somebody else.
Tinrian's like directly below, or was directly below Sensori in the ordning before that like completely broke apart. So he's also in it to like compete with her.
Yeah, and she would know that. Well, I mean, they all know that, but.
So if anything, he'd want to help us do something other than. Which means he would need to take a short-term loss to give us any assistance.
And technically, what we'd be bargaining with Sensori for would probably give her more power.
Right now, she's not going to do this unless it's a net advantage to her. And the only reason we're even trading is because we need to be there and we don't need the Vonandad for anything.
Mm-hmm.
But that means anyone else is helping us is either gotta want Sensory stronger, or feel like getting her stronger now will pay off somehow later.
Yeah.
Which I think is part of the reason Igron wants it, because he wants to secure his position, not go after anyone above him. But Tinrion's secure enough. Which also makes Zazas a problem, because helping Tinrion or Igaron is going to mostly work against Sensori.
So we're just looking to get the conch, right?
Right.
Hear me out. What if we just stole it?
That's plan B.
Well, because I think Tinrion, Zaxus, and Setcris would probably all be willing to help us with that. Possibly
Sectors
Aethor as well.
but.
I mean, we'd prefer not to do that, but yeah, that's totally on my mind as plan B.
Because if we wanted to just raise hell, what we do is steal the conch and then let loose that bronze dragon.
That is a plan.
Wait, oh, that was one of the ones. That was the one that fixed Igron, right?
Yeah. They're clerics. They tend to be tricksy, though.
Is this the same one or just one of the same order?
Unclear. They all wear the same damn mask.
Well, if one of them taps you on the shoulder and says, "Yo, steal the thing," I think we should do it. But barring that, I prefer to do this all proper like.
Yeah. We'd also need to know where the heck the thing is ahead of time. To use that as a backup plan. Don't suppose you saw anything while you were wandering around, Richard?
I saw she had a really nifty mobile.
God. Giants have weird taste, man.
You have a locate object on you, Adriel?
It's a good question. I think so. I do.
If we can get someplace discreet.
That's probably a good idea.
We might see if Igaron can point out some of these people to us and then pause for refreshments and secret spell stuff before finding them.
Alright. So, Igaron points out Setchris is looking out one of the telescopes by the edge. He definitely looks old. You can see some wrinkles peeking out from behind his mask. He's wearing a very grumpy-looking mask. Zazus, you've seen. Tinrian, you've also seen. They are still around the North Garden that you guys are on. Igaron can also point out Koftis, the one with the dead family. He is wearing a stern-looking mask, and he's noticeably a foot or two shorter than the other giants present. He is easily the shortest giant present, in fact. He is animatedly speaking to several other giants who are kind of nodding to whatever he says appeasingly. You wander over to the fountain. The fountain, as you approach, extends multiple tendrils of liquid up towards a set of glasses that are out there ready for you all. It fills the glasses to the brim for each of you.
Now this is a party.
When you taste the liquid which the fountain has put into the glasses, it tastes like your favorite drink.
How big are these glasses?
You-sized.
As in as tall as we are, or?
Like, bring out your bendy straws.
People proportioned, non-giant, little people proportioned. Not as tall as you are.
I was just looking now. College giants are 24 feet.
Uh-huh.
So that's 4 times as tall as a tall man.
Here we go. Do we have a portable hole that we can just put this thing into? Because this is great.
That is a big fucking fountain. That fountain.
Yeah.
Which is 40 feet across, I think?
Like, let Igor know he needs one of these.
You need a fountain-sized decanter of endless, or what is it called?
Alchemist
Alchemy jug.
Alchemy jug. So you can have a mayonnaise fountain.
Oh god, that's gross!
Like the worst fondue ever.
Oh no! Why have you put this in my head?
That is what you don't want a Scrooge McDuck in.
God. Igor grumbles when you tell him he needs one like that. It's not fair. She found an elemental to it. I don't know how to do that yet. That's how it gets
Inks arches a brow, looks at her drink, just got kind of thing behind her mask, like, we're drinking elemental.
No, the elemental just makes everything look pretty and fills the glasses. It can't make you drink it, don't worry. Believe it or not, wizards have put a lot of effort into making sure that people can't drink water elementals like this.
Why? That's how you become king of the water elementals.
I don't know that much about water elementals or the elemental plane of water, but I don't think that's how it works.
It's a Futurama reference.
I see.
Oh, slurm.
No, that's how Fry became king of the water planet. He drank the previous emperor.
Right. Okay, so what we do is we get the water elemental into our iron flask.
I think you still have that iron flask.
Oh, we totally do.
I
Totally.
can't imagine why you wouldn't. So
See, guys, now we're really Captain Planeting it. We get friends with each type of elemental.
Where do we find the heart elementals, though?
That's you, Ox. You had a heart all along, Tin Man.
Part of a lion, and a lifetime ban from the zoo.
Technically, I guess we had Soliloquy for that, for befriending all the animals. But since Ox has unsubscribed nature facts... Also, I'm sorry, those things surrounding, like, surrounding the, tower on the map really look like giant bullets.
Thought they were telescopes.
I'm sure they are, but they look like bullets.
those are definitely telescopes, yes. They do kind of look like bullets now that you've pointed it out. God, now you have... Yes, they are totally telescopes.
I was so ready to be like, no, that's totally wrong. And yeah, no.
They are totally telescopes, they are totally not bullets, and they are totally not butt plugs either.
I didn't say it. I didn't didn't say it.
I've had a very interesting conversation tonight so far.
Do we ever not?
Well, we usually don't talk about people-sized dildos and telescope butt plugs.
What can I say? I blame the shitty wine.
Yeah, everyone's drinking. Except me for once. Yeah, I say once we find a quiet corner, potentially a located object on that thing, so we have a idea of where it is.
Yep.
All right.
Sure can find it. At very least, a pumpkin patch to hide under.
You can definitely find a spot between several of the pumpkins in which to hide and perform arcane rituals.
Wow. Not something usually done in a pumpkin patch. Unless you're searching for the great pumpkin.
It's right there. It's kind of hard to miss. Being, approximately house-sized.
So, locate object. You perform your divination.
Looking for the nearest... How would I describe this?
Conch.
Yeah. I hope she doesn't have a collection thereof.
And just
Just
say a
random
conch that
conches.
leads to Maelstrom or whatever the
Conch of special status indication.
All right. You find what specifically are you divining for? Describe it to me.
I'm going to go with a conch.
Conch. All right. You feel a pull in the direction of the Countess's bedroom.
Heh. Well, not surprising. She keeps it in her private quarters.
glance back over to Richard. Well, things go south. Up for another stroll.
Things go south, I go south. What?
Oh, really?
Something like that.
Yes, is that your opening line with the Countess?
I think she would expect something a little less cheesy.
But you're full of the unexpected, aren't you?
I'm definitely full of something.
That's what I like to hear.
So, are we all going? Are you all going, or is it just Rich?
Are we even going yet? We're just confirming that this is an option.
I thought it was a bit premature to go already.
Oh,
Yeah, let's see if we can have a conversation with her first, and depending on how that goes.
Okay. In the meantime, so you probably have a bit of time before the Castellan comes and finds you all to talk to the Countess. What would you like to do in the meantime? Is there anything you'd like to do in the meantime?
Probably just get a better run of the place and find out all the right exits and other methods of chaos ensuement so that we can escape in said chaos if we need to.
Oh boy. All right.
All the chaos points. Castician.
The chaos points. You want to go looking around the castle. All right. Make perception. Everybody make perception and/or investigation checks for me. Off to a good start. Oh, Rich got it. Rich has got all y'all's backs. All right. So everybody but Rich. Well, everybody. Never mind. Everybody notes, hey, there's all those big ass cloud giant castles floating around this one. Those might be useful. Rich, you note from where you are actually the sound of what sounds like basically a deeper version of a child crying from the, as soon as Roll20 lets me ping it, from this room. Your investigative skills lead you to conclude that that's probably where the Countess's children are. You also remember hearing as you came in the cries of griffins from the bottom, which is who could be used to ride. What else we got? What else? Other than that, this fortress is pretty solid. You'd have to get creative to cause some real mayhem. Is there any part of it that you're looking for specifically, or?
I mean, on the causing mayhem, she did make a good point earlier about releasing a bronze dragon.
Ah, yes.
That I imagine would be quite the distraction.
Yes, he is a very angry bronze dragon.
And, a good deed anyway.
Indeed. So you can wander around. You also spot, on the topic of things that you probably want to be aware of, you may see some like blue token-looking things on the sides of basically all around the fortress, like these things.
Mm-hmm.
So those are simulacra of Aarakocra, the flying bird people. They're basically watching most places in the fortress. They like to keep an eye out on things. Beyond that, there were some ogres downstairs. There were also some air elementals bound by the front gates. It would not be unreasonable to assume that there are some more floating around somewhere. And there are a bunch of ballista around the castle as well.
Yeah, storming the castle probably wouldn't be a good idea.
Yeah.
It's possible, just difficult.
Okay, so what we do is we get the one guy who's bitter against Sansuri to go mess with her kids, while we tell the grumpy dude that we just talked to who likes money where the actual piece of the Vonendot is, so he can get it first. We just tell Sansuri where it is, but he's already gone to get it. Then we release the bronze dragon, just everything at the same time.
Pretty much.
Steal the continent and just watch the world burn.
Right.
Maybe release an elemental or two on the way.
All right, here's
the
the
water elemental would be good against the simulacrum.
Might be. Here's the issue with that. If we talk to the Countess first and she says no, I think she might up security on the conch. Because she'll know we want it.
Mm-hmm.
So. No, there's actually nowhere I'm going with this, because I was about to say, like, do we want to steal it beforehand? But no, we should be pretend to be honorable and give it a chance for this to happen non-violently.
Here's a question. What's the in feet count from where we would be talking to the Countess to the bedroom? Like how many feet up? Or across?
Oh, shit. One sec, let me check the maps.
Because if we can...
Sizable. Why do you ask?
About how many?
Sizable. Why do you ask?
Message distance.
What's the distance on message?
Checking
Is
that.
it 60 feet?
No, it's farther than 60 feet. Trying to get it to load. 120.
No.
Damn it.
It's 6 giant-sized floors above you. Sensori's audience chamber is on the bottom floor of the castle. Her bedroom is at the very top. And it's not necessarily directly above either. So, further than 120.
Thinking, how close could Richard get invisibly? Or we could get a message to him if things go sour.
So what, 2 of us go talk to her and the rest are in position to cause mayhem as needed?
That's what I figured.
Okay, who goes in, who's outside for mayhem duty? And I kind of presume Flint is our main talker. And
Yeah.
Rich would be our main conch locator.
I guess Ox is ready to start mayhem if needed.
Or I guess technically, he's already been up there. He knows where stuff is. Rich could just dimension door up there.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking about that.
That is an option. Or even if would Flint be okay with going, or would Inks be okay with going on her own? Because then Ox can be outside and maybe do something with the water elemental, or it might take 2 of us for the bronze dragon.
Inks could potentially do that. If things go terribly sour, she can dimension door out, but...
Yeah. So then I would personally...
The problem is getting the message out.
Right, yeah.
So we would need at least someone close enough for a message spell to relay.
Yeah.
Or some other kind of signal. The question is, what kind of signal? I don't think it's going to go that far south. She's not terrible at this.
It's more if we can't.
Also,
Yes.
Inks has a perfect poker face and she can't be scryed on. Or mentally.
It's true. But if we can't convince her to trade the conch for something, obviously, I mean, the Von and Dab's the big one, but if she wants something else, maybe it's something we can do, fine. But if she can't be convinced at all to lend us the conch, and it's a loan, we'll give it back.
Yeah. Okay.
Actually, at that point, we might not even want to act right away. But we either have to act immediately before she has a chance to have security, or we have to wait long enough that she'll assume we're not trying it. Which would, if anything, be like tomorrow.
Yeah. Because we might be okay in that she might not up security just because there are other conches and she probably sent other adventurers away to talk to other people anyway.
But the other side to that, too, is she knows people are after it, so she might have already upped security, and that's that.
Well, so question about the conch. We just need to use it, right? Like, it doesn't come with us.
It's a good question.
Because, I mean, we could potentially like sneak in, use the conch, and then essentially teleport out without anybody even knowing that we did that.
I feel like this would be something we would want to prepare for. Just jumping into Storm Giant territory from this.
Well, what does the conch, how does it actually work? Do we know?
So the conch. Yeah, fuck it. Well, you can know. The conch basically just casts a teleport spell. It has a fixed destination. There's no chance of either a mishap or being off target. And it's once per day.
Would the conch come with us, or could we leave it behind?
It comes with you.
Okay.
Here, actually, I'll just show you the. It also requires attunement. The page for Conch of Teleportation should be in your.
Yep.
In your magic item folder.
So yeah, we can't do it immediately. It would just be a quick grab, dimension door, or otherwise get off the castle back to Igeron's or something like that and hide for a bit.
If anything, I think Igeron's would be the last place we want to hide. Unless we can bring like a replica conch.
Yeah, I don't think Major Image would work for that.
I don't suppose you have fabricate or anything along those lines.
Nope.
Sorry.
What do we even have you spellcasters for?
Excellent question.
Literally almost anything else. Destroying dragons, stopping people from killing you immediately, that sort of thing.
I mean, at the end of the day, we are acting in her interest.
Yeah, at that point, the question is just whether we actually want to do that or not. Then it comes to chaos.
But yeah, if negotiations fail, then we have to do a stealing plan, and now's the best time to scout for it. But I don't know if pulling that off today is even any better of an idea than pulling it off tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. And if it falls through here, well, I'm sure other giants would probably want a piece of the Vonindad too. I'm like, well, if you won't take the bait, someone else will.
Exactly.
But yeah, if people did want to go to various other places, that's fine. Because probably Andrew probably would not want to be actually in with the Countess considering dragon. Unless she can hide her, well, she probably wouldn't be able to hide her outfit or her alignment. Bahamut, whatnot.
Yeah.
Zinx is just pure hiding at this point with the disguise.
I mean, all else being equal, I really like to free the dragon, just because it's a good dragon, and it needs to be freed. The only reason not to do it is we do have several other things that need to get doing, and doing that would potentially screw up one of them. But if negotiation doesn't work, yeah, I'm all about releasing the dragon just to create a distraction so we can steal the damn thing. Actually, you know what we should try and do while we're still at the party? See if anyone will show us the pinned dragon.
That's a good question.
Anybody will show you the what dragon?
Dragon, the captured dragon.
Oh, sorry, I thought there was an adjective on that.
No.
All right. So it sounds like nobody really has access to it besides like Centauri. She might be willing to show it off to you, though. She's quite proud of it. She managed to trick an adult dragon into her castle.
So either she was really smart or this dragon is pretty stupid.
6 of 1.
Are bronze dragons like white dragons when it comes to smarts?
No, they're they're relatively intelligent. They're just I'm trying to remember what exactly they were. Coppers are the nerds. Golds are the old wise ones. Shields are the paladins. Brass are the wannabe golds, and bronze are kind of they're seaside. They like to fish. They're fairly standoffish for metallics, but they really hate black dragons.
Yep, that's about right. Yeah, they're not particularly dumb. Actually, they're
There's a
quite
wait
smart.
and see about that.
They are quite smart.
Guess scope as much as we can, set up whatever. But the idea is potentially dimension door and grab it if we need to. Then if anything, Richard can probably come with things for that and just be aid.
Yeah. Well, you don't want to overplan these things.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, your plan is set. It sounds like. Yeah.
As best as it can be.
Alright. Neat. So, you spend a bit more time wandering around the party. Then another storm giant, wearing a smiling mask and very fine robes, comes over to you. I'm Crasario. I am the Castellan of Linarmal.
Oh yeah, he brought us in, right?
Sorry?
He's the one who met up with us and brought us into the castle in the first place, right?
He did indeed. Her Grace the Countess has deigned to grant you all an audience at the bequest of her noble brother, Count Thulin. If you would all please follow me, I will show you all down to the Countess.
Yes, of course.
So, Cresario brings you down through the castle, down to actually the very bottom floor. Into the audience chamber. In which you find Countess Sensori lounging upon her
Everything
throne.
is darkness.
Is it just me or is it a very poorly lit audience chamber?
Shit, did I forget to remove all the fog of war on this one?
Yeah.
Shit.
Sweet crackers, I'm blind.
Okay, is that better?
Yes.
Okay. I'm sorry, I keep forgetting that these all have dynamic lighting by default. Alright. So. Countess, in her throne room. She has a bunch of those Aarakocra simulacra in front of her as well. But welcome to her audience chamber. Cresario brings you all in and announces you in giant to the Countess. So the audience chamber has some lovely lapis lazuli tile work all around it, It's got some murals depicting cloud giants chasing silver dragons while riding rocks and sky chariots. There are 2 life-size cloud giant statues on either side of the throne. There's a 10-meter circular hole set into the ground in front of Sansuri, right there, that is surrounded by Aarakocra with their backs to it. And Sansuri regards you all with a glare. Well, what business have you with with me? Get on with it.
Well, we were hoping we might be able to barter some information for perhaps your conch of teleportation.
Well, Thulin was right. He wasn't lying to me. At least you are straightforward about it. Very well. What do you have to offer, little one? She looks back. Her mask is frustrated.
We would like to offer you the location of a piece of the Vonendot.
And what, pray tell, is the Vonendop?
We're told that it is a great weapon of Astoria.
She leans forward a little. Interesting. What else do you know?
She kind of gives some information on the Vonendot that they'd learned for a while that I can't remember off the top of my head. But then explain that...
You have, in fact, a handout full of
Yes, I do.
Vonendot information.
That's true. I forgot.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
And just the information... how great this thing was.
Sansuri sits and listens to you expound on the virtues of the Vonendon. And why, pray tell, should I want this piece of an old weapon?
Because the fire giants have been quite interested in gathering it all, and having a piece would mean that they could not complete their project.
But you all already have this piece, yes?
Yes.
Are you planning to give it to them if I do not lend you my conch?
Potentially.
No.
But we thought you might enjoy holding it over Duke Zaldo's head instead.
Why do you want my conch?
We have no means of getting to Maelstrom ourselves, and we simply needed to go there to speak with the Storm Giants on behalf of people like us.
People like you. The little ones.
Yes.
It's like prime teeth. And why, pray tell, what message are you hoping to bring to our great and glorious overlords?
We're simply looking to understand the predicament a bit better, as it affects all of us as well.
Hmm.
What's happening to the Ordning has caused trouble for our peoples as much as yours, perhaps more.
Make a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Anyone aid me to offset that a little bit?
I will try. I'll add in that we heard from the Eye of the Allfather that is the place we need to be if we are to prevent the disruption in the ordning from causing further and greater chaos throughout Faerun.
Does that help at all, or is it still disadvantage?
Yeah. Yeah. Go for it. Make your persuasion check at regular. The Countess leans forward to you and actually stands up from her throne. Do you know why I... No, you don't. You wouldn't. I don't want to stop the chaos. Little people. I thrive on this. Chaos brings change to thousands of years of the ordning. The cloud giants have been second. You seem to wish to keep my people there.
We wish for nothing but peace, but for our own.
Well, peace for your own is not my concern. I don't trust you. And you are working to restore the storm giants, my enemies, more or less. Make me a proper bargain, one that actually brings something to me, if you can. Or leave my chamber. Censori sits back down and begins to tap her fingers against the throne's armrests.
You're pondering, because the idea was that a piece of the Vonendad would be something to keep that bit of chaos that the Duke is trying to undo, basically, by trying to bring everyone under him. So basically spitting on his plan is a type of chaos. And having something physical to show for it is also a power, something powerful from Astoria, elevates her.
Now, keep in mind, we don't care if the storm giants come out on top or not. That's not our concern. We just don't want the storm giants fighting on top of Faerun.
Oh yeah,
The giants fighting on top of Faerun.
but
So-
she definitely gives a shit.
She definitely does. So if there's something she wants us to do while we happen to be in Maelstrom, because frankly, we're there to slay a dragon.
But we're not telling her that yet.
No. But yeah, if there's something she wants done while we're in Maelstrom, sure.
Are you telling that to her in character?
Well, I'll offer to, explain to her, like, listen, we don't care if you're on top or the storm giants are on top, just as long as everyone knows who's on top, so you're not all fighting in our homes. So if there's something you'd like us to do while we're there, we can do that. And of course, no such action would be traced to you.
The Countess ponders the offer. Hmm. That would depend. What exactly are you doing in Maelstrom? I can't imagine that you're merely planning to stroll in and give the storm giants a rousing speech about please don't destroy our homes, oh mighty storm giants, and then leave.
Oh no, the speech is just a diversion.
Diversion for what, little ones?
Adriel will look at her companion.
Yeah, Inx's first thought would be the dragon being there already causes chaos, so that isn't in Sensori's best interest for us to deal with it. Yeah, we're there to kill someone, seems like the way to go there.
Alternatively, you could just tell her that it's for a little bit of planned chaos of her own, and that it's probably for the best if she doesn't know the exact details so that she has plausible deniability if needed.
That works for me.
Because, I mean, again, the whole point that you tried to sell on her before was that our actions wouldn't get traced back to her.
Right. Yeah, we're going in. We're planning on, I'd probably say, killing someone and a little bit of planned chaos of our own.
Who are you planning to kill? I'm intrigued, admittedly. Most people wouldn't do something as outright foolish as attempting to assassinate a storm giant.
Smirks under a mask. It's not actually a storm giant.
Are you saying that?
Yeah, wait, what?
We're just dropping that bomb? Are we dropping that out there in character?
No.
Okay. So what I'm thinking is you could say that we don't actually know specifically who it is that we need to kill, just that we have instructions that we received from the Eye of the Allfather as to who we need to kill to.
We have a description.
Yeah, we know the one the Eye of the Allfather sent us to kill. We apologize for being coy about this, but the whole point is it's not supposed to trace back to you.
Oh, I don't bloody care. I'll know. You clearly know who it is. Knowing will not trace it back to me. I will know so that I can decide if it is worth it to give you my conch. And I would like to know why the Allfather himself directed you towards this someone you're trying to kill.
Well, are we going to lie to her or no?
How this? We're trying to kill the one who kidnapped King Hecaton.
Make persuasion.
Fuck you, roll 20.
Who is it, though?
I don't know their name, but she'll give a description of the one that they'd seen in the chamber. In storm giant form.
The Countess leans back in her chair, raises a hand to her chin. Hmm. Hmm. I'll admit, I am intrigued. For your Vonendod piece, I will not give you my conch, but I will use it to take you to Maelstrom. If you're going to kill who I think you're going to kill, things could be very interesting. I'd like to be there to see it for myself. That is my bargain that I offer to you, little ones.
Thanks. We'll take a glance over to Adriel. Obviously not having quite expected that.
Idril give a very slight nod.
Let's turn back. We just need to get there. If you wish to spectate, we have no problem with that. But we cannot make any assurance of your safety, though I'm sure you're quite capable.
She genuinely laughs at the thought of at your concern for her safety.
Ink just smirks under her mask.
I assure you, little things, I can take care of my own safety. So we have an accord. Your piece of the Vonendon in exchange for my transportation of you to Maelstrom, that you may perform your mission.
That works for us.
Sansuri reaches into one of the pockets of her dress, pulls out a giant-sized quill and piece of parchment, and begins to write furiously upon it. I just wish to formalize this. It'll only be a moment. She sets out the piece of paper, or the piece of parchment, and the quill in front of you all. They resize to fit you. It's got some basic, like, transmutation magic, I guess, to resize it. No weird blood oath shit or anything.
Okay, because that's happened to me before.
I mean, the fact that I'm glad you're being paranoid. Glad somebody is.
While she's doing that, might subtly message back towards Richard that what's been going on, that we might want to get out of this somehow. Bit true.
The terms and conditions are basically the little people involved should expect no further. Basically, this is a standalone deal.
Right.
She takes you there. You give her the Vonendod piece. Then she takes you there, and you do your thing. And then, the contract only covers you give her the Vonendod piece. She takes you there.
Right.
There is nothing else covered in it. That's it.
Yeah, I'm very half tempted to just like message back to Richard, go steal it now, so then she can't hold up her side.
That's a horrible idea.
That's some chaos for her. I mean, it'll take us a little bit to go get the piece anyway.
Lord Naboon's also been bugging you guys to go see him in person, deal with this summit that you caused with the Duke. The contract has no time period on it. It's basically just
like as soon as we have the piece.
You can think of it as an unlimited time voucher. Basically, present this with one piece of Vonendod to receive one free trip to the Storm Giant stronghold.
Fun.
So you're welcome to take time to prepare, do whatever you got to do.
Yeah, we'll definitely need that.
Okay. Do you sign? I guess is the next most important thing. Do you sign the contract that she's put out to you?
After assuring myself that it's what we previously discussed, yes.
And it doesn't have any special magic on it.
It does not. Just stuff to resize it.
Yeah, Inks would sign that as Inks.
All right. Countess claps her hands. Exquisite! I look forward to you bringing me that piece of, that Vonendod piece then. Till then, enjoy the party.
Thank you, Countess. It's quite lovely.
She runs a hand down like over her mask, and as it goes over her mask, it begins to change to a much, much happier looking face.
Inks sort of does a similar thing and makes her wry smile a full one on her mask.
You can hear the The Countess snort and kind of click her tongue at you. Copycat.
Only best for her grace.
Get ye from my chamber. I have more audiences to grant today. I look forward to when you return.
Of course. I don't suppose you would grant us a look at this dragon we've heard so much about. My friend Adriel here would love to see it.
Ah. Why not? Come, come. He is just to the south of here.
Does Mom give back?
So she takes you down and around through this lovely area down here where all her griffins are. She stops to reach through the cages and scratch each of them on the head in turn. And then she heads through the doors over here to meet the captive dragon. Come, come. So, it is an adult bronze dragon, as you've heard before. He's currently chained by a very thick, very obviously magical chain. It is literally glowing to the wall. He's pretty beat up. He's got some gashes in his scales. He's got a couple small holes through his wings. He's got what basically looks like the dragon equivalent of a black eye. There's a couple blood vessels burst in one of them, and the ridging around it looks as if it's broken. And he lifts his head slightly and growls at the Countess as she comes in.
What an exquisite specimen.
Told you, bitch. I don't know anything. What are you showing me off to everybody who comes by now? Censuri doesn't respond. She just removes a whip from her belt and lashes him. He grunts in pain.
Inkster staves completely poker face, even behind the mask, just for now.
Isn't he exquisite? He's even a little bit feisty, even after all this time.
I'm surprised you managed to keep such a thing. It's quite an accomplishment.
Well, a little bit of magic, a little bit of charm. It's amazing what you can do.
Yes, of course. Thank you for indulging us.
Oh, no problem. I'm happy to show off this particular piece, at least.
Let's keep an eye on it for a while and give slight peeks around the room otherwise, but follow her out when she decides to show them out. But as goes as usual.
All right. So y'all are out of that. You are out of talking with the Countess. You have your contract with her. What do?
Suppose go up, regroup with Igaron.
Righto. So, how'd it go? How are you doing? Did you... Do we need to start making distractions?
Well, it's not perfect, but it's an agreement.
Huh. Well... Do we need to stick around then?
I guess I'll give a slight look over to Adriel. I can't open that yet.
No.
But we've seen where it is. Which means we can dimension door in.
I have a question. On the way out,
Yes.
there, in that room, is that a big enough opening for the dragon to squeeze out? Assuming it was unchained.
Sorry, repeating that again? Uh... Hmm.
Like, which all dragons can shapeshift? Because I feel like it's only stuck there because either it can't shapeshift or it's only because of the magic holding it there that it can't.
Yeah.
But if it was out of the magical restraint, maybe it could shapeshift into something that could fit through there.
Bronze dragons, adult bronze dragons apparently cannot shapeshift.
Huh.
It's more an ancient dragon thing.
Oh.
Could it wiggle out? I mean, it doesn't need to be airborne at the time.
Right. Probably. Yes. Are you thinking you want to try and rescue the dragon?
I'm thinking I do. If I can get away with it.
can you unlock magical locks?
I have remove curse and dispel magic.
I'll dispel magic if I do it.
I was going to say that remove curse might be better, but
Was it cursed?
did either of us cast detect magic while we were in there?
You did not.
I don't have it, but I don't know if you might have had it on from earlier.
I would not. It's a spell slot for me, so I can't just have it on all the time. So I did have it prepared. So probably, if I could do it in a way that she would not have seen me cast it, I would have wanted to.
That probably would have been like right before we went in the chamber then.
Yeah.
So you want to detect magic on it?
Yeah.
Okay, so the chain has some basic reinforcement on it to... Huh. Okay. I was also mistaken earlier. He totally can use change shape. The adult bronze dragon stat block in this module just doesn't have change shape in it for some reason. So he totally can change shape. So the chain that's binding him does, in fact, prevent him from changing shape. It also has some magical reinforcement on it to make sure that he is not just breaking everything, or there's not breaking out of it.
Right, so if we can disenchant the chain even temporarily.
Right.
Now, I don't have remove curse prepared at the moment, but I do have dispel magic prepared.
Just note that if you're doing that now, then we need to grab the conch and run because...
That's my thinking. We should do that when we come back.
Yeah, that was Inks's idea, just knowing where the room is for later.
Yeah, I like that idea better. I think we could pull it off, but I don't think doing it today is a good idea.
That would probably be a thing where people have to be invisible.
We might just be able to convince Setchris or one of the other cloud giants to do it while Sansuri is in Maelstrom with us.
As much as they want to piss off Sansuri, they probably also don't like dragons. So helping one would probably not help them.
Unless the dragon can help them out somehow or the way, or we can offer them something.
I mean, I think Setchris would still be willing to free the dragon. So it sounds like he hates Sansuri more than he would hate the dragons. Anybody else, yeah, we probably might need to throw something else into the deal, like Tinrion or anything like that. But we could probably get at least one of them to help us.
Well, the other side to that, too, is cloud giants aren't all good or all evil. Some of them are good, some of them are evil. A good one would probably, if they thought they could get away with it, be inclined to release the dragon. But at the same time, they'd also want something in return.
Plus, how would they get down there to do it without messing up their own standing? Because we can't teleport them down unless they're, like, our size.
Yeah.
Sounds like it's time for somebody to learn enlarge/reduce.
Or get a scroll. So if we're getting a scroll, we just need like a bunch of invisibility ones and maybe a knock spell.
And silence.
Yeah, does nobody have silence still? It was soliloquy, wasn't it?
I think so.
I was like, do I have any scrolls? I'm like, no, I don't. I already used the one I had. Thanks will at least quietly message or like let Adriel know that she had talked to it and at least said that they were going to try to come back for it.
Yeah.
At least gave it a heads up.
All right.
Yeah. The hard part is just doing it the last second. She'll neg on the deal.
Right, but let's...
Because, like,
Let's
as soon as
get
we get in the
this-
palace, she's going to have eyes on us at all times, so we may need to, like, do that from Igrand's castle and just kind of know where the room is and dimension door over and hope nobody's in there at the time. Do it,
Yeah.
get out, then arrive a little bit later, but she'll kind of know. So unless it can sneak out quietly.
I mean, I kind of hate to wait that long, but I almost think we should do it after we get back from Maelstrom.
Assuming Sensory doesn't pull shit immediately as soon as we get there.
Yeah. But whether or not the dragon's really... Yeah.
Inks doesn't really like the idea of her coming, but she needed her to
Yeah.
not immediately fuck with them on this. Not until we actually have the thing in our possession and are stealing it would she want to fuck with her. Well, she does want to fuck with her, just... She wants to be in a good position.
Once we're there, all bets are off, so...
Yeah. Problem is Sensory's a really good caster, most probably.
Oh, yeah. I'm not saying we should, like, turn around and gank her, but... she immediately stops being our friend. But if we thought we could overpower her, we probably would have just taken the thing in the first place.
I'm slightly more curious that she seems to know who we're talking about.
Well, she's
So
been
how
to
much-
that court.
Yeah, how much
So-
does she know about that?
Ooh.
We'll
Damn,
find
I
out.
wish we had Syl in her fancy hat.
Alas. My heart weeps for you all. It truly does.
I hope you can see this because I'm doing it as hard as I can.
Are you middle fingering me?
You can see it!
Well, let's do this. Let's go get the Vonendad piece in the morning. And let the Countess know that's when we'll do it. And then decide and then maybe try and sneak in tonight. To sneak out the dragon? No, because if we do it then she might be obsessed with that rather than getting us there. That's the main thing. I don't want her distracted until we get to.
Yeah.
If this doesn't work, we have to go to the meeting and then go find some other giants to get us to Maelstrom. And we'll have an angry cloud giant monarch.
It would only really work if we could kind of sneak in invisibly, dimension door into it, and make sure nobody is around to see us do it. And have the dragon sneak out sneakily so nobody looks in on it. And then we cause the distraction by being back with the thing so she's not...
Yeah. Everything has to go exactly right.
Mm-hmm. That we also might want to, on the way, get some scrolls. We might need them.
There's also that pesky Lord Naboon asking you to come do his thing.
How long till that happens?
They're basically just waiting on you. The Duke is basically insisting that you guys at least be there. Something about not trusting Lord Naboon and rather having you guys there.
Okay. That actually changes things.
Sorry, I thought I'd mentioned that to you guys already.
I still thought it was in the future.
Last time he talked to you, it was around a week ago. And he said it was in about a week they'd be ready. But
right.
Once you get there.
Then we got to tell her, okay, we got to go find the hidden Vonendad piece. It's well hidden. So it's going to take us some time to get it. Because she don't know where it is. We made a point of that. So in the
meantime, you don't even have to tell her that. She just has the open thing.
Yeah.
She's not thinking about time. You guys can take however long you need to go get ready before you go.
In that case, we could possibly, if we can pull it off, sneak the dragon out tonight and then go visit the Duke. And then just show up in a week and a half with the Vonendad piece and like, all right, we're ready.
Just the fact that we've seen the thing and then it suddenly escapes that night, it will come back on us.
Yeah. So then we're back to after Maelstrom.
Bear in mind, the dragon is intelligent.
Oh, so we could technically kind of open the thing and just say, wait a little bit, then go. Though it might not agree to that.
I mean, I'm counting on the intelligence of the dragon for that, but we need to make sure there isn't a connection between us and it getting free. We
Here's
could
a
say we're
question.
leaving.
How far down is... Okay, this is just the first floor still, right? Or is this like... This is
You are on the bottom floor of the castle right now.
This is bottom floor. So how high up is like the main room where we were talking to Igaron?
The party rooms are on the 4th floor, I believe. 3rd or 4th? Let me check.
So again, too far for a message.
Potentially not, if they're on the 3rd floor. How high do you think a cloud giant room goes?
The average 24 feet, so say 30.
4 floors down, we could technically talk to this dragon.
Yeah, so 4 floors would be 4 full floors would be 120 feet.
So that's you're 2 floors above it on the.
Yeah, so that's only like 60 feet.
Yeah.
So technically, Inks could just quietly talk to this dragon right now, sneakily.
You'd likely have to be on like the south lawn. So like down by the greenhouse and the animated chessboard and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Just go watch chess games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I can see what information we can get in the meanwhile. People go watch the chess game for a bit. Inks just kind of sits behind them with like a finger pointed down slightly, just casually, and can't see her whisper from behind the mask.
Oh, so what are you messaging the dragon?
Hello. Again, I'm sorry about that. We needed to see where you were first.
Who are you?
Friends of yours, hopefully. What's your name?
Felgalos.
I'm Inks. Sorry for your state there. We had nothing to open up your chains with yet.
Oh, no problem.
We're trying to think of a way to free you without messing up our own plans at the moment. We need to deal with sensory for the moment, unfortunately.
Mm.
But our Bahamut Paladin might be able to help you out. We just need to make sure it doesn't come back to us just yet. Any thoughts?
If you broke me out before you left, I could wait for a bit and then try and fight Sansori. I might not win, but either I go free or I die.
We'd much prefer you to get free, if anything, because if Sansuri falls, we can't get, well, let's just say, if things are drummed up in the palace, we can't get the thing we need. But if you're willing to wait, and at least keep the blame off of us, you can probably escape.
That sounds good.
I think I'll just whisper over to Adriel what she's been getting from this.
Hmm?
At least it's willing. What do you think?
Let's try.
And just message back down to it. Alright, she thinks it can work. Appreciate the help on this. So we'll try to sneak in tonight before we go, right?
Sorry?
Right.
And she messages that down to the dragon that they'll try to sneak in tonight right before they go. Or just don't be surprised if we just suddenly show up.
Okay. I'll be ready.
Good. Sorry we can't do more just yet. Alright. Plan set then. If all goes well, it won't come back to us.
Alright. Alright. So, y'all want to do this tonight? Okay. Okay. So, night falls. The most of the giants proceed back to their castles. What do, guys?
Wait until sufficiently dark.
All right. Cresario would probably hustle you guys off the.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, we're doing this like from Mygaron's castle. I assume it's close enough to that thing for like 500 feet.
Okay. I mean, if it isn't, you guys can use the hippogriffs.
True.
All right.
And we still have the carpet to get out with.
I'm assuming dimension door in, dimension door out.
I think we want to burn the carpet in case dimension dooring out becomes more difficult than we thought.
Fair enough. Here's a question though. There are griffins that might squawk and make a noise.
Yeah.
So the idea might be, well, no, we can't do that. Never mind. Well, as long as we don't go in that room, we should be okay if the doors are closed between them.
Well, if the door to the Griffin room is closed.
Yeah.
I don't suppose anyone knows sleep.
No. Yeah, at this point the goal isn't to sneak out that way anyway.
True.
And technically if we need to use the carpet, I think we're screwed anyway.
That's just so we don't have to like jump out and hope. But yeah,
I have Featherfall.
you do.
Yes, I can use it on both of us.
Wait, that's multi-target?
Yeah.
Ah.
I think it's up to like 10 creatures that are falling, I think. Out of curiosity.
5 falling creatures within range.
Okay.
Huh.
Fun fact. Featherfall is actually pretty great.
Yeah.
It is, and I have some plans for it later.
Oh, good.
Also, fun fact: falling damage caps out at 20d6. So I'm pretty sure I can just use monk skills to survive any fall.
Yep.
If you fall straight down for a fucking mile or more, then I'm gonna safely say that you're dead. There is very little that you can do to save yourself from that.
That's fair.
That's why we need to pick up the
Parkour.
I will. There is a chance that you will not die, but it is a very slight one.
I did that exactly once by using the creature I was falling with to like bounce off of it the last second.
Say a 5% chance. You feel me?
All right, let's do this. So we got a plan. Dimension door in, undo the lock.
In case there's a... I don't know why there would be a guard in there, but in case there is, what's invisibility look like, Richard?
What do you mean?
It looks like nothing. That's the point.
You have, do you have regular invisibility? Is that
I
concentration?
have regular and greater.
Are both of
Yes.
them concentration? So I can only do one.
Well, with greater, I can do more than just one person. Or sorry, with regular, I can do more than one person. But I don't think I can cast. I don't know if I can cast this one higher level since it's part of my instrument.
Oh. Damn it.
The other side to that is, without greater invisibility, we can't cast spells.
Yes, but the point is to just be invisible just in case there's someone in the room at the moment. And not give ourselves
Yeah, that's
away.
true. So we can teleport in invisible, and if it's clear, do what we got to do, and then teleport out.
Yeah, but we'd need both of us to be invisible in that case.
I mean, do you need both of you in there?
Have to both go for dimension dooring in.
Ah.
Yeah, I can only Misty Step.
I suppose if anything, could dimension door into the space right behind the dragon, and hopefully it would block us from anybody in the room. Back in that corner.
Well, you were using message to talk to the dragon before. Could you message him and
Oh, that's true.
check to see if the way is clear first?
Depends on the distance between the two castles.
You could get closer on the flying carpet. Just sort of leisurely float past.
Or actually, Agron could cast fly on us, right? Because then we wouldn't have a carpet just going on its own out in the open.
Well, either Rich or I could be on the carpet.
I'm just thinking, don't
that would
want
also
anyone
be
seeing
vaguely
us do this.
suspicious.
Like from those telescopes on the side.
We're near the fake bird people.
That too. Yeah, so if we could get an invisibility and a fly spell, that would work. Or if Inks could ahead of time, at least.
You can totes do that. Just remember that fly only lasts for 10 minutes, so you don't got much dawdling time.
Yeah, all she needs is enough fly time to get close enough to message back and forth, figure out if anyone's in the room, and then go back really quickly and start.
Yeah.
Alright, you can do that. So you fly alongside the castle, cast your message spell, ask him if there's anybody in there.
Yeah.
He replies, "Nope. Doors closed and locked. Nobody inside."
Okay then, give us a few minutes, and then quickly fly back and give the signal.
Alright. So who's going in?
Alright, so how are we going to unlock the door?
I don't think the point is to unlock the door now, because he said he would lay low for a bit.
Okay.
We want to make it...
So then...
Yeah, make sure that nothing's disturbed otherwise.
Right. Okay, then I think just me and whoever's getting me in and out.
Guess that thinks. The dimension door.
Alright. You dimension door into the dragon's... I should really take Sensori's token out of there. You dimension door into the dragon's dungeon, I guess. He's lying there in much the same condition as you left earlier. It is now darker in here, though. You can't hear the squawking of griffins from the other room. He raises his head. Oh, it's good to see you again.
Likewise.
Get this off me, yeah?
Let's see. Detect magic first.
Alright, what are you looking for?
I'm specifically looking for if this thing is considered cursed.
It is not cursed.
Okay. Then I will try Dispel Magic.
You might want to check for any alarms or traps first.
Oh, yeah. Well, that magic's
You know, just maybe.
Good
Damn
call.
amateurs.
Well, I mean, you do have the detect magic on anyway.
Yeah. I'm examining this thing, so.
You do spot a basic alarm tied into the abjuration on it. It looks as though it's mainly intended to warn if somebody is attempting to physically tamper with the chain.
Right. So it seems like I can safely dispel.
Yeah, dispel that one first.
Dispel the alarm.
Or no, I guess the
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
the
yeah.
whole. It's the whole object.
Yeah.
Okay, the alarm ends no problem. Make a spellcasting ability check for the abjuration. Not good enough. You have proficiency on this. You should.
Oh, in which case that is a 15.
That is good enough. Sorry. So the magic on the chain fades. The abjuration puts up a bit of a fight, but it does fade off. You now have a basic bitch chain holding your bronze dragon to the ground.
Could you tear through this?
Let's see.
not now.
Not now, you say?
We might need a little bit more time to get away. Unless you can suddenly teleport and grab a conch of teleportation for us, at which point we won't need sensory on our side just yet.
I'm sorry, I don't know how to teleport.
Let's go to right.
He can't quite manage to rip it open just now. I'll make my way out of it during the night. You guys get out of here. You've done enough for me already, I think.
Good luck.
You too. Thank you.
Thanks for keeping
You
it a
ever-
secret.
If you ever need a hand, my name is Felgalos. Come find me. I'm normally in the Star Metal Hills. Thank you.
Much appreciated. Hey, Tom, darling. All right, Adriel, you ready?
I am.
Dimension door out.
Alright. Felgalos seems to rest his head a little bit as you guys cast your dimension door and leave. You fly back to Igeron's castle, no problem. Everything good? You're, you ready to leave? I'd rather not stay here with her longer than we have to be honest.
Of course. Let's get going.
Have
All right.
fun with
Where are we heading?
To the meeting.
All right. You said it was in Neverwinter, I think?
it. Sounds right.
All right. Neverwinter we go then. The castle takes off, heading toward Neverwinter. As you leave Linar Mall behind, you fly back out over the Evermoors towards Neverwinter. Felgalos. So it's in chat. He mentioned the Star Metal Hills as where he lives, which are, yeah.
Noted.
So, you guys have a few days on your trip to Neverwinter. Is there anything you guys would like to do in that time?
Hope really hard that we did the right thing.
Yeah. Well, if anything, who knows? We might be able to get a conch from the Duke.
We'll see.
Hey, technically we can ask.
You can. You'll be seeing him probably next session.
And then we don't even need to go back to Sansuri at all.
Maybe. So if you guys don't want to do anything else, I think this is where we'll end session for tonight.
Sounds
Sounds
good.
good.
All right.
All right. So I had a thing I wanted to ask you guys, and just float to you. So 7 minutes before we began our session tonight, I had a dream in which we all made high-level characters and had a battle royale tournament to beat the shit out of each other with them. How does this sound to people? Just as a general idea.
Fun times.
Could be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any specific restrictions or rules before we get started?
Same rules as character creation, basically. So anything officially published goes. Besides flying races, because fuck flying races. Who keeps drawing? God damn it, Jeff! Stop fucking drawing circles with the arrow. You're distracting me. Fuck off. So yeah, for basic character stuff, same rules as would be. I haven't finalized rules yet because I'm not sure when we do it. But so same basic rules as for character creation, standard array, anything published but flying races. I'm thinking level 15, maybe, for level. We can take that higher or lower as people want.
Go big or go home.
Yes. I need to decide on permitted magic items still. Yeah, we can take it to 20 if you guys want. Just have a bunch of like capped out characters beating the shit out of each other. I'd be down for that.
I wish to be the winner of this tournament.
All right. Neat.
We're going to the far, far future where you're the only one left in the tournament. A different tournament.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
Completely disappear from our match.
So I had another question as well. I was thinking about having people make multiple characters just so that there was like less downtime. But I'm also I just had the idea, do we want to like have group battles? Like everybody makes 2 characters and they're in a team? Do we want to have them be one-on-ones?
You
Thoughts?
just turn this into the Royal Rumble.
So you mentioned one-on-ones. Is your idea like a series of duels or like just a free-for-all?
Basically, yeah. We can do a free-for-all. We can do like a series of duels. We can do like 2-on-2s. Where
How about we each make 2 characters, one for the dueling tournament, one for a free-for-all?
Or we can do 3 and have the other one for like tag team. Or I guess doubles.
We can totally do doubles as well.
This is like Pokemon. They have that like 1-on-1, there's like 2-on-2, and then there's free-for-all in Sun and Moon.
Yes. There's also triple battles somewhere in there. But we don't have 6 people, unfortunately. We could maybe get Syl or Jake to come back for one glorious tournament.
Yeah.
I'll bug them about it.
And does official mean official, or Unearthed Arcana included?
I was thinking no Unearthed Arcana, because the thing I was going for was everybody should make their own thing like independently and surprise the shit out of each other. And I will also be making a character, or I guess multiple characters for this.
Okay. Are you still planning on DMing though?
It's a free-for-all, so what's the DM?
If it is a battle royale, then if everything is controlled by a player already, there isn't much need for DMing.
Adjudication
rules call, but we can do that by committee.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's all you guys' fault.
Be
You
honest.
just hate me.
Damn, dude. All right. So.
Hey, I killed a character for you.
She's right, actually.
Yeah, she definitely is.
All right. So.
It's okay, she's back and being sassy.
So, level 20 characters. How many do we want to make? Free for all, 1v1s, and do we want to do tag team at all?
I have a feeling if we try and do all 3, that's more than one session.
True.
So let's
The other thing I wanted to bug you guys about was instituting like time limits on turns. Because this is going to be a lot of combat, and if we don't keep that short, then it's going to be a very long time.
Well, these are basically one-shotty things, right? So if we're doing duels, and there's 5 of us, so that's say 4. We'll squeeze in 5 duels. That's probably going to be a whole session, maybe a bit of a long one.
Okay.
And then we'll do the free for all. Like that's a short session.
I'm gonna make so much popcorn.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll do those in separate instances, and bring back Jake or Robin wants to play. And I'm thinking this might be better to do around Christmas time, because holidays will be a disruption anyway.
Yeah. That is a good plan. I was planning on either doing them then or probably then or whenever we finish up Storm Kings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The 25th is a Monday.
Which, to be fair, will hopefully be within the next couple of months.
The only thing about that is that I'm going to be out of town, so...
I was actually looking more at 25th. I don't think we'll be able to do, but the first.
Yeah, actually, I don't do anything on New Year's
Nobody
Day.
does anything on New Year's. People sleep in. That's about it.
Right. I think I might have like family dinner, but normally for these sorts of things, we go at like 4 and we eat then. So.
Yeah, I'm just going to be at the in-laws with a laptop. That's about all I got.
All right.
So I probably wouldn't be able to talk. It would just be like a on chat.
I mean, you can just let your roles do the trash talking for you then.
Or the opposite, depending.
Yeah, I am anticipating plenty of smack talk for this, so.
Oh, that smack talk last session with Cortanas was glorious. I will never do better.
Not with that attitude.
That's the spirit. But yeah.
Total wine thing.
All right. I am glad people are on board with this idea. I will post proposed rules and come up with some magic item stuff in the next couple of days.
Sweet.
All right.
Sound good to people?
Yep.
Awesome. All right. Anything else people wanted to talk about?
Nomination? I think Rich has it.
Yeah, Rich had it.
That sounds right.
Yep. Does anybody need it?
I don't have it. So I think a lot of us are short.
I'm not yet, so probably
Yeah.
Agile would be the way to go.
That dragon burned a bunch of shit.
Then yes,
Yeah.
I will.
Yeah, I think.
And set.
All right. Neat. I will see you all next week then.
Cool.
All right. Good night.
Bye,
Later.
guys.